Beloved friends, today I come with a message of hope, purpose, and divine provision, a message that speaks directly to your heart and heaven's promise. If you're seeing these signs, it's time to unlock what God has been preparing for you, not just in your heart, but in your bank account, not just in your spirit, but in your daily needs and dreams. I'm not here to speak of prosperity as mere materialism, but to reveal wealth as God's provision, spiritual, emotional, and yes, abundant financial blessing. So let us begin this journey together as I present the signs that you are being led to God-ordained wealth. When you begin to feel restless, untouched, unfulfilled, yet aware of the greater life God is destined for you, you're seeing a divine sign. This discontent isn't bitterness, it's strategy. It's God gently saying, I have more for you. If you're tired of scraping by, tired of watching others ascend, tired of settling that hunger is holy, you wake up asking, is this all there is? That question itself is evidence that God is leading you from scarcity toward abundance. You may have prayed, Lord, give me success, but what he hears is the echo of readiness, Lord, use me. That awareness, that desire for more is not vanity, it's vision. It's the first sign God is aligning your path with wealth. Heaven opens doors when you least expect it, but at the exact right moment. If you're seeing doors crack open, unexpected job offers, profitable partnership propositions, mentors reaching out, you are seeing divine orchestration. Notice these aren't wishful thoughts, these are invitations. Invitations to move beyond poverty mentality into God-given plan. God does not promote based on title alone. He promotes obedience, humility, faithful stewardship. If you're experiencing opportunities that exceed your qualifications but align with your faithfulness, these are divine signals. He doesn't owe you promotion. He rewards purpose. Opportunities aligned with your talents and calling mean he's preparing you for wealth, not as a reward for ambition, but as a result of faith. One sign stands above all: trust. When finances dip, challenges arise, yet your faith rises, this is your wealth signal. It may look like fear to others, but the God-called heart sees beyond spreadsheets. If you're declaring, God is my provider, even when your bank balance doesn't reflect it, you are displaying the mindset of one who will soon manifest abundance. You may have a family to feed, bills piling, plans delayed, but if you still worship, still speak affirming declarations, still give generously, you are not living by sight but by the Spirit. And when that kind of trust takes root, God says, all right, I'm showing you what I can do. That trust is your strength, your sign, and your launching pad. God doesn't just want to bless you. He wants to bless through you. If you're naturally gifted in a field you're passionate about, that's no coincidence. When purpose collides with profit, divine wealth flows. Perhaps you've been called to teach, to create, to innovate, to heal, and you're discovering monetizable ways to fulfill that calling. God, in his wisdom, doesn't make wealth separate from worship. If your gifts hold value in the marketplace and your heart holds value in the kingdom and those two align, that synergy is a supernatural sign you're on the path to kingdom-driven wealth. One of the clearest signs is your income grows, so does your generosity. If you're starting to give more freely, even before you've made it, it means you already belong to the economy of heaven. You are not hoarding possibilities, you're stewarding blessings. God honors that. He says, you prove faithful over little, now I'll set you over much. Regular tithing, sacrificial giving, charitable deeds, whether money, time, or talent, is not a duty, it's a declaration that you trust God with your provision. And when that pattern emerges, you're not only receiving signs, you're co-creating another divine signature, wisdom. You begin seeking direction. not just financial advice from higher sources. You consult mentors, study scripture, attend workshop, investing not just money but time in spiritual and practical growth. If God is leading you, he's also equipping you with wisdom to manage wealth wisely. Notice wealth without wisdom brings ruin, but wisdom without wealth is preparation. If you're hungry to learn investment, financial stewardship, budgeting, giving strategy, that hunger is spiritual. God is teaching you now so you don't waste blessing later.
You experience favor, unexpected turns of events working for you. Maybe a creditor reduced a payment, a landlord extended grace, a client referred you before you asked. That's divine favor, not coincidence. People open doors when you least expect, doors you didn't ask them to unlock.
God says, I watched over my word to perform it. If events and connections begin aligning in your favor, even when you don't see the full picture, you're witnessing the hand of God clearing the way toward wealth. The journey may be slow. Wealth doesn't always come overnight, but a spirit led toward it maintains peace during delay. When frustration threatens, you still rest. When the waiting feels long, your spirit stays strong. That peace, not panic, is a sign God is working behind the scenes. If there's calm in your core, even when your calendar's chaos, that's no ordinary mental trick. It's divine confirmation you're being led to wealth at timing perfected by God. Another sign you're willing to step out boldly. Starting that side hustle, investing in yourself, launching that creative idea, leaving the familiar even when risk exists. If you act not out of fear but faith, believing God will honor obedience, you are responding to a calling. God often requires motion. Before blessing, fear paralyzes, faith mobilizes. If you're now saying yes to the unknown because you sense God's yes to your future, you're walking in alignment, and God honors that courage by opening paths to wealth. True wealth starts not with self, but service. If your goals have shifted from comfort to impact, helping others, building legacies, serving communities, you birth kingdom wealth. Vision beyond self is a divine hallmark. God not only wants to bless you, he wants to bless through you. If you're dreaming of jobs you can create, hearts you can touch, futures you can change, that scope is far bigger than a paycheck. It's a prophetic indicator you are chosen for wealth, not to keep, but to multiply. You've heard the signs, you feel the alignment. Now what? Strengthen your foundation by cultivating daily habits of prayer, scripture reading, and worship. Align your soul with God's supply. Practice financial discipline by budgeting, reducing debt, and building savings. Wealth pursued without maturity vanishes. Steward everything you have like a kingdom manager. Educate yourself by attending workshops, finding mentors, and learning investing and budgeting. Equip yourself to handle what's coming. Act in faith by taking that next step. Launch your venture, apply for growth roles, network in your calling. Bold action invites blessing. Give and serve, tithe, contribute, serve your community. Let your giving mirror your expectancy. Declare God's promises. Speak what God has promised over your life, even if circumstances don't match yet. Stay on the path. Persevere through tests and trials. When your faith is shaken, remember why you started. Evaluate your spending, track wins and failures, refine your plan, recommit frequently, renew your vision every week, stay aligned with the signs and God's leading. If any, no matter how many of these signs resonate in your life, you're on a divine trajectory. God is leading you from restlessness to opportunity, from trust through peace, from generosity into impact. He is guiding your steps, orchestrating your story, opening doors, and equipping you with wisdom. Wealth in God's economy is not greed, it's grace. It's divine enlargement so that you can enlarge others. It's provision for purpose. And right now, you are being ready to steward more so that more can flow through you. Stand up, declare it, walk it out, seek it not for selfish gain, but for kingdom gain. Step into the signs. Let faith rise. God is guiding you to wealth, not wealth of this world only, but wealth that blesses generations. Be the steward God's leading, walk in the abundance he promised, and live boldly as his kingdom financier on earth. May these words stir in you conviction and courage. Heaven has marked your path. Wealth in all forms is sending an invitation. If you're seeing these signs, God is leading you. It's your time. There comes a moment in many lives when comfort no longer satisfies the soul. You wake up each day feeling restless, uneasy, as if there is something more meant for you, something greater than the status quo, something beyond the ordinary grind. This feeling, often misunderstood as dissatisfaction or frustration, is actually a divine stirring inside your heart. It's God whispering to your spirit that there is a destiny of abundance waiting for you, a wealth far beyond what you have known. This restlessness is not a curse, but a blessing, a holy discontent designed to propel you out of complacency and into God's greater plan. When you find yourself asking, is this all there is, or feeling a persistent hunger that money and success so far have not satisfied, you are being prepared. That yearning is God's way of inviting you into a new chapter. It's the first sign that you are ready to receive more, not just more possessions or a bigger paycheck, but more purpose, more peace, and more provision. This discontent pushes you to seek God deeper, to pray harder, to believe bigger. Too often people mistake this hunger for greed or impatience. But it's neither. It's a holy dissatisfaction that refuses to settle for mediocrity, because God has whispered to your heart that your life is meant to impact others and to reflect his abundance. It's the signal that God is leading you away from scarcity, thinking the mindset of just getting by, and into the realm of abundance where you are a blessing and a conduit of blessing to those around you. This divine discontent fuels faith. It causes you to dream beyond your current limitations and reach for what God has promised in his word. It makes you uncomfortable in a way that's productive. It pushes you to change habits, to seek wisdom, to pursue new opportunities. And when you listen to this restlessness and respond in obedience, you position yourself to receive God's blessings. God is not opposed to you having wealth. In fact, he desires to bless you so you can bless others. This restlessness, this hunger, is his way of saying there is more for you. It's the spiritual signal that you're being led to walk into a season of growth, abundance, and divine provision. So embrace this discontent. Let it be the fuel that drives you closer to God's promises, knowing that he who stirred your heart will also fill it with overflowing blessings. Sometimes in life, opportunities appear when you least expect them. A chance meeting, an unexpected phone call, a job offer that seems too good to be true. These are not mere coincidences. They are divine doors opening just for you. Guided by God's hand, when you notice doors of opportunity cracking open in your life, it's a powerful sign that God is leading you toward the wealth he has prepared for you. These moments may feel like luck or good timing, but in truth they are heavenly appointments carefully arranged to move you forward in your journey. God's timing is perfect. He doesn't open every door at once, nor does he rush you through every opportunity. Instead, he presents doors in his perfect sequence, testing your readiness and preparing your heart for the blessings ahead. When you see unexpected offers or connections come your way, whether through a mentor reaching out, a business opportunity unfolding, or even a simple invitation to learn and grow, you are witnessing divine orchestration. These are not just random events, they are God's invitations for you to step into a higher level of abundance and responsibility. It's important to recognize these moments with open eyes and a willing heart. Sometimes the doors that God opens require faith to walk through. They may lead you into unfamiliar territory or demand a step of courage and obedience. Yet if you trust in God's leading, stepping boldly through these open doors positions you to receive blessings that you could never achieve on your own. God's favor plays a huge role in opening doors. When you live a life of integrity, faith, and generosity, you cultivate favor with people and circumstances. This favor causes people to advocate for you, opportunities to find you, and obstacles to be removed from your path. It's a supernatural influence that sets you apart and makes you a magnet for breakthrough. Recognizing God's hand in these opportunities means being ready to act quickly and wisely. It means discerning whether the door is truly from God and aligns with your purpose. When you do, God promises to walk with you through those doors, supplying wisdom, provision, and grace. So when doors begin to open unexpectedly in your life, celebrate them as signs of divine favor and move forward with confidence, knowing God is leading you to wealth that is both abundant and aligned with His plan. Life can bring seasons where financial challenges seem overwhelming. Bills pile up, income feels uncertain, and the future looks cloudy. Yet in the midst of these storms, there is a divine sign that you are being led to wealth when your trust in God remains unshaken. True faith is not dependent on the size of your bank account or the comfort of your circumstances. It is a steadfast belief that God will provide, even when everything around you says otherwise. So unshakable trust means that no matter how tight your finances, how many setbacks you face, or how long the waiting seems, you continue to declare, God is my provider. It's not a shallow optimism, but a deep conviction rooted in God's promises. When you choose faith over fear, hope over despair, and gratitude over worry, you align yourself with the heart of God's provision. This trust becomes a powerful sign that God is preparing you for breakthrough. It's easy to trust God when the blessings are flowing, but faith that perseveres through scarcity shows true spiritual maturity. This is the kind of trust that moves mountains. It's the faith that says, I may not see the full picture, but I know the one who holds the future. That trust turns obstacles into opportunities and challenges into stepping stones.
When you cultivate unshakable trust, you are not passively waiting for wealth to come. You are actively positioning yourself to receive it. You pray boldly, make wise decisions, and continue working diligently, all while resting in God's faithfulness. This balance of faith and action attracts God's favor and opens the door to supernatural provision.
God honors a heart that trusts Him. Scripture reminds us that those who trust in the Lord will never be forsaken. This truth is not just spiritual encouragement, it's a practical foundation for wealth. Your consistent trust creates a spiritual atmosphere where blessings multiply, debts diminish, and doors open. Remember, God's provision may not always look the way you expect. Sometimes it comes through unexpected means, new opportunities, generous people, or creative ideas. But when your trust is unshakable, you remain confident that God is working all things together for your good. So if you find yourself in a season of financial uncertainty, hold fast to faith. Your unshakable trust in God's provision is a clear sign that you are on the path to divine wealth, and nothing can stop the blessings God is preparing for you. There is a powerful sign that God is leading you toward wealth when your natural gifts, your deepest passions, and your divine purpose begin to align. This alignment is no accident. It is God's intentional design for your life. When your talents and what you love to do intersect with the mission God has placed on your heart, you unlock a powerful force that propels you toward abundance.
Each of us is uniquely created with specific gifts, skills, and abilities that come naturally. These gifts are not meant to be hidden or wasted. Instead, they are God's tools given to you to serve others and fulfill your calling. When you use your gifts in service to God's plan, you position yourself for supernatural favor and blessing. The marketplace rewards excellence, but God blesses purpose.
Passion is the fuel that keeps you moving when challenges arise. It's what wakes you up excited and keeps you working late without feeling weary. When your passion aligns with your gifts, work becomes worship. This powerful combination creates momentum, an unstoppable energy that draws opportunities, partnerships, and resources toward you. However, alignment isn't complete until purpose is part of the equation. Purpose is the why behind your gifts and passions. It's the divine mission that God has given you to impact lives and build His kingdom. When your work serves a greater purpose beyond yourself, it carries eternal value. God honors this alignment by opening doors and increasing your influence. Many people struggle because they chase wealth without this alignment, leading to burnout or emptiness. But when God leads you to use your gifts and passions in alignment with His purpose, wealth becomes a natural outcome, a byproduct of fulfilling your calling. This alignment also brings clarity and confidence. You know why you're doing what you do, and you trust that God is guiding your steps. You're not chasing after every shiny opportunity, but you're walking steadily in the path He's designed for you. Recognizing this alignment is a divine sign that you are on the right path. God is equipping you to create wealth, not just for yourself, but to bless others. Build legacies and advance His kingdom. When gifts, passion, and purpose come together, you step into a powerful flow of favor and provision that can't be stopped. So embrace your God-given gifts, pursue your passions boldly, and stay connected to your divine purpose. That alignment is the key to unlocking the wealth God has destined for you. Generosity is more than just giving money. It's a profound expression of faith and trust in God's provision. When you begin to give freely, whether it's your time, resources, or talents, even before you feel fully secure financially, it reveals a heart that believes in God's promises. This willingness to give despite your circumstances is one of the clearest signs that God is leading you toward true wealth. Many people hesitate to give when their own needs feel urgent. But those who walk in faith understand that generosity is not about scarcity. It's about abundance. It's the spiritual act of declaring, I trust God to provide for me, so I will share what I have. This act of faith opens the windows of heaven and invites God's blessings to flow in ways that are often unexpected and supernatural. Generosity breaks the cycle of fear and limitation. When you give, you break free from the mindset of scarcity and enter the economy of God's abundance. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you can offer. This shift is powerful because God honors a cheerful giver. Giving from a place of faith without reluctance or compulsion is like planting seeds in fertile ground. Those seeds will grow into harvests of blessing for you and others. You don't have to give large amounts to demonstrate this kind of faith. Even small acts of generosity, when done with the right heart, are significant in God's eyes. It's the spirit of the gift, not the size, that matters most. When you give consistently, even in small ways, you position yourself as a faithful steward of God's resources. Generosity also prepares you to receive. The Bible teaches that whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. This principle isn't about manipulation, but about alignment with God's law of sowing and reaping. When you give, you're partnering with God's provision and declaring that you are ready to receive his abundant blessings. If you notice your heart growing more generous, giving joyfully despite your own needs, that is a spiritual sign that God is ready to open the floodgates of wealth in your life. Your generosity is evidence that your faith is alive and active and that God is leading you into a season of supernatural provision and increase. When God is leading you toward wealth, one of the most important signs is the presence of peace in your heart, even in the midst of uncertainty and waiting. Life's journey toward abundance is rarely a straight path. It often involves seasons of delay, setbacks, and challenges that can shake your confidence. But when you experience a deep, unshakable peace amid these trials, it's a powerful indicator that God is guiding your steps and preparing you for breakthrough. This peace is not just a fleeting feeling or wishful thinking. It is a supernatural calm that rests on your spirit, giving you strength to persevere even when the situation looks impossible. It's the peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart and mind from fear and anxiety. When you carry this peace, you are anchored in faith, not swayed by every circumstance or fear that arises. Alongside this peace, God calls you to boldness. Boldness is the courage to move forward despite uncertainty, to take steps of faith even when you don't see the whole picture. It's the willingness to say yes to opportunities that stretch you to invest in yourself and your dreams and to pursue your calling without hesitation. Boldness is not reckless. It's faith-filled action rooted in God's promises and his timing. This combination of peace and boldness creates a powerful tension that propels you forward. You rest in God's provision while actively stepping into the future he's prepared for you. Peace keeps you grounded. Boldness pushes you upward and outward. Together, they demonstrate that you are not relying on your own strength, but on God's guidance. You might face moments where fear whispers louder than faith, or doubts cloud your vision. But the sign that God is leading you is when you choose to trust anyway, when you keep moving forward in peace and boldness. This spiritual posture invites God's favor and opens doors that seemed firmly closed. Remember, wealth is not only about accumulation, it's about walking confidently in the path God has set before you, regardless of the obstacles. Peace and boldness amidst the process are the hallmarks of a heart aligned with God's plan. When you cultivate these qualities, you position yourself to receive every blessing God has in store.